Brothers and sisters, Trinity de Guzman coming at you right now. Again, from Mexico. I just finished an amazing ayahuasca ceremony. Oh my God, I don't even know where to begin. It was outside. I had it at a beach, actually. And I didn't film this video at the beach because it was just too windy. I would have loved to. The background was amazing. But yeah, just the whole beach was pure magic under the new moon, under the stars, with a fire. And it was really cool because, you know, one of the visions that I got so clear about in my life and for what I'm here to do in the world is share ayahuasca. Obviously, you know, like I built an ayahuasca retreat center and I know I'm here to like actually share it personally as well. I've received permission from Madre, Abuelita Ayahuasca, like a couple years ago, that this is something that I'm meant to be doing, sharing her with the world. But she told me at the time that I just need to keep growing in my relationship with her. And yeah, and she will let me know when the time is right. You know, like speaking of these ayahuasca visions, it's like, you know, a lot of people talk about the actual vision aspect of it. And, you know, the vision aspect is interesting, but it actually lasts for a very short period of the ayahuasca experience. Like, if you were to think about an ayahuasca journey, maybe lasting between 6 to 8 hours, like the really clear visions, it's like a small period of that time. Like you have a very different relationship with time, so it's hard to use like linear time as a measurement for how long the visions last. But like, you know, like they're often very abstract. Sometimes people ask me like, what's it like in the vision aspect of it? And so, you know, just to share a few words about that, it's like with this experience on the weekend that I just had was like, it opened up, like they're often very abstract and just like, if you kind of think of a Windows desktop computer and the screensaver that comes up, it sort of looks like that. But more important than what it looks like is like the feeling that overcomes you. You know, there's just this stillness, this complete stillness that's rooted in the I am of consciousness. You know, I use the word I am as another phrase or terminology like God or spirit or the universe, you know. I am is like the one truth. I am, period. Anything after that is simply a belief. And so I am is the one truth. And what the whole journey of ayahuasca is really about peeling away the layers so that we can get to the heart, to the core of our truth. You know, we have all these beliefs around ourselves, around who we are, like attachments to, you know, this mental identity of like who we are in the world, who we are to people, how we look, maybe like how we look, yeah, like physically how we look, how we act, how we're perceived. And ayahuasca is all about peeling away the layers so that you can get to the core, the truth of who you really are. And when you can peel away all these beliefs and all these misconceptions about who you are in the world, it's so fascinating. All the different beliefs that we have that we don't even know, like that they're off in some way until like you sit with the medicine. It shows you. It's like, oh wow, like I looked at the world in this one way, but like that, you know, and then maybe being taken on a journey showing us like how that belief creates experiences in our lives that aren't enjoyable or creates a way of being within us that isn't who we want to be. You know, it's all based on the beliefs around the layers of the onion that we peel away. You know, I'm hoping this makes sense, but basically, yeah, like with the visions of ayahuasca, it's like, it's so much less about the visions, but so much more about like the feeling that overcomes you. You know, this pure stillness of the I am. That's why I went into that tangent. The pure stillness that, you know, there's this concept that in the spiritual community people always talk about that, you know, or you might hear that, you know, you're a spirit having a physical experience. You know, you're not a human with a spirit. You're a spirit with a body. You know, that's a very different distinction. That you are so much more spirit than you are a human. and you're just a spirit having a human experience. And so, like, from a mental level, I can talk about this and you can hear it. But what ayahuasca can give you is, and it gives so many people, is it brings that experience or that sentence, that belief, that mental concept, and it brings it into a tangible, like, body, cellular embodiment and experience of what that really means. Not a mental concept, but for you to understand from every cell of your being what that means to be spirit, having a human experience. It allows you to zoom out and see yourself, not through these eyes into the world, but seeing yourself from behind and watching yourself as the observer in this most fascinating perspective of truth that I could ever even begin to imagine or describe. And the benefits of such is obviously, like, one, it shifts your whole perspective on how you operate in this world. You know, you stop treating the little things and getting so caught up in the little things that, you know, might make the little I, the little self, unhappy, or that might, you know, just the little complications with life. And when you can zoom out and see the experience from outside, you can take a deep breath. You can stop taking life so seriously. You can watch it like a movie. You know, when you watch a movie, if the character is going through a hard experience, you don't get so sad and distressed and like bombarded with like negative emotion. You know, it's like you can kind of just watch the experience and be like, you know, kind of entertained. You know, just allowing yourself to be taken on this journey. And that's kind of what it's like when you start to bring yourself into this observer perspective. You could stop being so attached to what's happening around you and kind of watch life unfold like a movie, watching yourself as the main character. Does that make sense? And so these visions, like, this is one of the things that ayahuasca gives in my ceremony that I was so amazed with, because, you know, one of the things that I really connected with were visions of myself being a curandero or a shaman with ayahuasca for lifetimes. You know, I've done this so many times, which makes so much sense with how much of a strong connection I have with the medicine. You know, and I'm stepping more and more into this role of a shaman, quote unquote. You know, like it's just like a role. You know, one of my favorite people to sit with, he always says that it's like when we start ceremony with him. It's Diego Palma in the Sacred Valley of Peru, by the way. And when we sit before we go into ceremony, he says, you know, like, he's the shaman, but it's just like a role. It's just like a coat. It's just like this poncho that he wears. It's his shaman poncho, and he puts it on for the night, and then he takes it off, and it's just a role. That's not who he is, you know. And so yeah, I use this word shaman in a very discerning way, because that's not like a label that like I want to label myself as, but it's just like, you know, one of the things that comes up being in this role of serving medicine to others. And so the cool thing is, this is the best thing about the visions that I received, is one, connecting with how deeply I have a connection in the roots of the Amazons, like serving this medicine for lifetimes, you know, but really getting clear that I'm going to be serving this medicine on a bigger scale than I have been. I've been holding really small private ceremonies for really like close people to me. You know, when I just get called, I offer it to people, and I just support. I'm just so happy to be able to serve people and share the medicine. You know, like, one of the greatest joys of my life is to be able to serve people like a cup of ayahuasca and the journey that they go through as such. And I see that I'm meant to really step into that in my hometown in Vancouver, BC, Canada. And, you know, like, I'm very private about it. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be taking people online or if it's just going to be like word of mouth. If people want to sit with me, I don't know yet. You know, like, if you want to reach out to me, you can, but it's not like I'm advertising it. This is definitely one of those things that I want to be keeping very close, very small, like very just like communal, you know, with the people who know me in person or who hear of me through a personal friend. And yeah, that's so exciting to me. The visions that ayahuasca gives, that's one of the greatest things that ayahuasca gives is vision, you know, purpose. You know, what is the vision for our life in this world? It's not just about like these like psychedelic, hallucinogenic visions that come through the medicine. No, that's like, who cares about that? What matters is the vision for your life, the vision for who you're here to be, the vision of yourself and your highest truth. What does that look like? What do you see yourself to be like? Who are you in your highest truth, in your greatest potential? You know, more generous, more loving, more expressive, more dynamic, more just a powerful creator, more grounded, more present, whatever the traits are that you see yourself to have in your highest truth. Those are the visions that really matter. So that was my experience over the weekend with another amazing ayahuasca ceremony, and I'm just so happy to make these videos to share this all, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Oh, by the way, just wanted to say if you want to check out my site, it's in the description, ayahuascahealings.com. I run an ayahuasca retreat center in Peru. I'm not there at the retreats. I have an amazing, amazing family and team of people who take care of you. You know, like that's one of the reasons why I built an ayahuasca retreat center, was because I just wanted to be able to share the medicine and feel so in integrity about the people that I recommend people to. To know that if I send you somewhere, to a curandero, to a shaman, to a place that I know that you are going to be so taken care of. And that's why I started my own retreat center. You know, there's me and this partner that's in Peru grounding us, the most amazing partner I ever could have imagined building this with. And just pure heart, pure love, you know? And yeah, just like the knowingness that I, like, one, wasn't able to find people like a center that offered everything that I wanted to offer. I have really high standards for what I want to offer people with the medicine of ayahuasca. And what I feel is really important to really equate to a really amazing, transformational, deeply transformational experience. And I never found anything that delivered that, that offered that. So, you know, of course, all guided. And of course, rooted in the intention that I just wanted to give people so much in their ayahuasca ceremonies, in their ayahuasca journey. And that's why I opened up this retreat center. So if you're called to an ayahuasca retreat, check out the link in the description. And either way, I'll see you in my next video. And I look so forward to continuing to serve you in truth, in awakening, in love.